Rolling Green, and we're back. And it's sort of like Christmas and my birthday all rolled up into one, and it all came early. So first off, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the program. This is Fed Up at 50 with Rolling Green, and it's nice to have you. All the other crap they tell you, yeah, you don't have to do any of that stuff if you don't want. Actually, you should just try watching it and see if it's any fun, and then go from there. And if it's the first time you've ever come across this song, you should go find someone with like a million fucking hits and check this shit out, cause this ain't gonna be the same. Okay, so R.A. the Rugged Man, Who Do We Trust, featuring Immortal Technique. So, I'd heard the name Immortal Technique. I knew that was... So this is a Twitter thing. So this is how Twitter comes into play with these reactions. I hate it there. I got nobody, and I'm pretty sure it's a solid shadow ban because, well, if you've been here for more than 2 or 3 videos, obviously I don't say approved messages. So Immortal Technique I'd heard of. R.A. the Rugged Man is all up in the shit trending today. No bullshit today. So today's the day. So must have been last night he got in a fight with Tim Pool on the IRL podcast or whatever out there at the Beanie Compound. And I guess you could probably tell by now that I'm familiar with Tim Pool. Now the funny thing is, I see him as the fence-sitter, milquetoast, or left-leaning, almost socialist. Not an anarchist, really, or in a real sense of anarchy, not the destruction and chaos part. But I love his shit, and I love listening to him when he's not his show. His Timcast, he has to be too careful, and I get tired of him watering down his language to, appease censors. That bites. So, R.A. there, the Rugged Man, who I never heard of, he goes on last night, and they got a big fucking fight. Hey, it was all over Twitter, people all crazy. They apologized, hugged it out, and it's over. No, we don't want to milk that part. I wouldn't put it in the title. Right? That's the shitty part of this thing. Oh my God, that's why I love the 3 or 4 of you. I can hug you, and I'd hug it out with you, and I give you my hearts, man. I heart you. Okay? I really do. I don't like the hat, but the hat was a promise from the last video, if you tend to watch all the videos. And I need better light. Oh, hey, look at that, look at that. Hey! Holy shit, I can see clearly now the rain. Well, it's not raining, but the light's aimed correctly.
I'm the last one he should ever let speak. I should save politics to get press in the morning.
Ha! Ha! Well, thank you from the comments to the bottom of my heart. You were absolutely correct, and I haven't even had to start the song. The irony is I was in the Misfits one, I was talking about the dark side of Glenn and Elvis, if you caught that. I didn't say anything, I just said there's a dark side to both of them. It would be Elvis's desire to be a secret G-man and turn in his fans. That is pretty, that and what, being, fat, drugged up, and bloated dead on a toilet. I mean, maybe that's a colorful memory for people who love the king.
Rugged man. Immortal technique.
Our way of life is under attack. The survival of our friends is in danger.
There's a new housing plan for the ghetto eventually. Projects for a new American century. False flag terrorism controlling you mentally.
Hold on.
Of our friends is in danger.
There's a new housing plan for the ghetto eventually. Projects for a new American century.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's not, it's certainly not just for the ghetto. So you know what it is? It's we'll all have our cuck pod and our connection to Meta, and we'll all have our universal basic income and our government stipend as long as we keep taking whatever injection, pill, handout, and propaganda and line they want to feed us. You'll get a free fucking ride. Right? It's not just the criminals, because fuck me. Fuck! That implies that the ghetto or the hood is full of criminals, and that's an outright fucking lie bullshit, and that's that goddamn mainstream pumping bullshit from both sides of the fucking... I'm sorry. I apologize for that, because it's not true. There's good people that live in poverty, and there are good people that are homeless. There are kick-ass people that no matter how hard they try, the chips just don't fall their way. That being said, there's also all the people that are self-imposed in those exiles, so let's be fair. But I apologize for my stereotyping and dick-ass language, because that's stupid. I personally, you can look it up, but it ain't that bad because it's Minnesota. But I lived in Frogtown in St. Paul. My daughter lived over in Northeast. My other daughter lived, I can't even tell you, 10 blocks right out of. Now it's out by Murder Station. If you're from the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, yeah, it's out by the Murder Station. She lived out there. And I mean, they didn't get that name because of, nothing. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's a cuck tube. It's a pod. It's all the worst parts of Snowpiercer with your bug protein and your passport. It won't be a vax passport then, because to have a life, you'll all be tied into the system anyways. So now it'll just be your social credit score. Keep you in check. Hey, as long as you put like and love and give your flowers to everything the government truth ministry says, it's going to be a good life for you, isn't it?
False flag terrorism controlling you mentally. The gospel in the hands of people with no empathy. A mixture of dangerous social chemistry between law enforcement and a military entity. Cameras on the corner of every corner you facing.
Yeah. They've all told you this. I'm rehashing something you should have already heard. But as long as let's say the defund the police movement goes through and the more places that take away the police, the people with the haves, they'll just go paramilitary, right? They can afford to get someone with the contract, with a probably like a Secret Service, but they're more like Blackwater or whatever the fuck their name was. So you know what I mean? It's a bunch of fucking roided up mercs that they don't have to go through the same channels to get their fully automatic gear. Their body armor isn't through the internet. You know what I mean?
Testing out a future Gestapo on immigration. Power, consolidation, information restricted. Just like the iron law of oligarchy predicted. Incarcerating the poor among the drug addicted.
So I think it's going to be debtors' prisons. There's other people that say this. I've read this and I've heard discussions. I'm not pulling this out my ass. What I think they do is they get you all hooked into the system, right? So you took your help. The coof got you terrified, so you took that, or you had to take this, or you needed the assistance there. Well, because of the digital age, then now they got you. So you're already in their system. As long as you work in the system, you're cool. Hold on, let me make sure.
Future Gestapo on immigration. Power, consolidation, information restricted. Just like the iron law of oligarchy predicted. Incarcerating the poor among the drug.
Yeah. So then they get you all hooked and to bring back, and then they destroy business. Now this is totally... All right. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I didn't know I had to double up for protection on this one. I really should just go, all this shit, I should be like this. I believe this. I believe Santa will save us all. No. So, you get rid of business. You destroy the American economy. There's already a good model that shows China's ready with their new Silk Road or whatever the fuck that's called to support Europe. And then the Europe gateway to Africa. You get them take it over. You destroy our economy. Get all of the sheeple hooked on the dependency and the UI, UBI, yeah, UBI. Then you let them ring up a bunch of debt because you're letting them play everything on their phone with the tracking and the payments and the switchity swipey swap. Then if you go watch stupid fucking Ready Player One, it's like IOI, but it's not cute like IOI. They put you in a real ass fuck you prison, and then you do hard labor because they bring back labor to the country the same way they do the Uyghurs over there in where the NBA likes to practice and Disney shoots films. See, I told you I should have.
Addicted, but not the families of the ruling class that's afflicted. Cause it's a fucking caste system like corrupted Hinduism. I think you should listen. I've been through the system in prison. I've been through religion. Carried the cross as a Christian like it was anti-disestablishmentarianism. Until the seeds of despotism arrested my vision. Lyricism with cynicism and
straight fire. Can understand the bars. Like I said, go somewhere if you got to understand the song. You obviously, I got to shut the hell up or this is going to be a 30-minute video. Wow, thank you again. Thank you again.
Syllogisms until they bear through Albi Campos and kill me in prison. Chemtrail conditions, stem cells of Leo Strauss's philosophy.
Ah! Fuck! No! Fuck! I've been talking about this shit. Nobody, they just think we're crazy. See, they go, he got tinfoil hat. We don't have to listen. That's just a song. He's pandering. Oh, they ain't fucking pandering, man. They write this shit down in a book. The final outcome there is you destroy Western civilization to encourage a subservient Eastern culture. And you better think about that and go look it up for a second, because if the ultimate winner has already been figured out, then boy, you're getting pitted against each other to wipe each other out. So the people who can just sit back and already under control, they get to inherit it all. Better question our fucking liberal daughters teaching what they're teaching our liberal kids, because they lying to our kids.
Upon policy, but I laugh at America's fear of a new world order controlling the hemisphere. Cause my people been living that for the past 500 years.
Intelligence, understanding.
Now, and I respect that with all my heart and soul. I'm not here to debate that part. I believe there's ample history on the books to show that every corner, every person, every moment since we entered the city-state system, there's either been a caste, a serf, slave, an underling, a pauper, a nothing, a person who was allowed to die in the street, and then everyone else just stepped over him. No matter what your oppression score is, I don't really hope to make that part of this deal here. I believe everybody's got the bullshit they went through that we went through. I'm not saying I had anything bad. Fucking A right. You could just hate on everything. It's maybe true. But I know at some point the bloodline technically goes back to a hunter-gatherer that lived on a tribal basis, roaming around. I mean, we didn't just all get born into cities overnight. I mean, there was that whole huge period where none of us had cities and we were all hunter-gatherers. I mean, we trace ourselves back. Don't we trace ourselves back a long fucking ways to like where our ancestors crossed the land bridge that would be Russia, Alaska. I mean, isn't it super complicated? Isn't the history of human beings way more complicated than the city-state and, let's say, everything from the Babylonian forward? What is it just Western civilization that fucking gets everybody's crowd, bundle in a bunch? The fuck? Pretty sure the entire planet was just pure conflict from the beginning, wasn't it? I mean, honestly, we should be happy we live in such a peaceful time as we do now. I want to do some of the Who, the Mongolian band. I'm motherfucking pulling for the Mongolians to come back and whoop everybody's ass and then take over rule of China. That'd be sweet. Isn't that who the wall was meant to keep out? It was the mongrel hordes? I don't know. That's interesting.
The facts they deserve to know. No governmental plan should impose its restraints against Joe Will.
Who do we trust? Who do we trust?
The facts.
Who do we trust? Who do we trust?
Intelligence.
Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust?
Expose crimes of the power structure, enter the fire, cause the truth is now treason to the U.S. empire. U.S. meddling in almost every foreign election. See where the next drone heading, civilian dead in the Yemen wedding, barely reported because the weapons were exported from the politicians in the Pentagon.
I gotta let it go. I'll let it go. It's something, I don't know, that the Immortal technique, his flow seemed thick ass, badass. Just, I mean, I might not, you know what I mean? I might not agree 100%, but I sure know that I'd want to have an open discussion. I don't know what it is. If the editing, the quick takes, and I don't know nothing about this guy, so I don't mean no disrespect, but just something's not the same as the other dude. The other guy just was fire.
Saudis bought it and the babies and the children were slaughtered. The authorization, altercation, deplorable demoralization.
Oh shit, I hope you don't get mad. But I just want to be honest the whole way. I know what it is. I just realized I see it. So it feels like the other dude could have did his shit live as he was being filmed. This guy seems like it's recorded in a studio and they're just kind of matching it up, and then you got all this shit. Which, I mean, fuck the skill to spit like that. I'm not dissing. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing in the video. I'm sorry. Please don't hate. I don't mean to piss anybody off. That's what I see.
Obedience to authority, colonize the minority. Social norm is to conform to the immoral majority. White superiority, secession of separatism. The terrorism of American exceptionalism. Go to plan B, be free. Fuck the TV, fuck the PD. Fuck a Tuskegee VD. Grave plot, soldier pop, corpse rot, spin over. Monsanto weed killer, non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Whistleblower, men are afraid to label the threat a traitor. Executive legislator trying to suppress your behavior. Intelligence interrogator, collecting metadata. Condemning the messenger and censoring the educator. CIA feed the propaganda to the television. In the next edition, the pundits preach it in repetition. Loyal to the monarchy, hereditary or elected. Fuck a royal family and fuck a president selected.
Oh shit, I talked too fucking much. I gotta have a Rollins wrap up on this one, because there's something I guess I don't understand. And maybe I should wait. Maybe I could just spit it out right now. We'll be done. We better finish this song. Oh, shit.
Secret society, the secret oaths. Censorship. Impose restraints against your will.
Who do we trust? Who do we trust?
The facts.
Who do we trust? Who do we trust?
Intelligence.
Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust?
Informing and alerting the American people.
What's the cadet motto in West Point? You will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CI director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. That's like we had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment.
Yeah, because he's allowed to. You're allowed to have that declassified, and because life is so fucking good here, we're allowed to cry about it, but we don't overthrow the government left and right. And then the problem is it seems like every time we wish to overthrow the government, it's always for one person or the other. When, I mean, for me, as a 50-year-old, I thought it was going to be like working honest people were going to overthrow the douchebags who are always stealing from everybody. Because I guess you have to put down in the comments what country you can go to where everyone's treated perfectly and there's no elite system power structure. Does the planet actually, does wealth and power have a color? I mean, I know that people in the United States can't be running every country. That's just not realistic. We're not running China. We're not running India. We're not running Australia. We're not running New Zealand. We don't even run Canada. I don't think. Maybe I'm stupid. Hey, this was fucking fantastic. Holy shit, did it get the fires going? I don't know if I got to talk more about it or not. It get me pretty jazzed up. Wow. That's amazing. But yeah, I like the Immortal technique. I'd like to hear something else from him. Even though I'm not threatened by it. I believe I think 100% of it's probably true. And then 90% of it is from a perspective that I can relate to. And because I don't have a shared experience, I never relate anyways. So what the fuck does it matter? Why should I? I just understand. I have empathy, but that's, like, what more could a fucking guy do? Hey, that was fun. Whew. It was tough. This is one of the longest ones ever, so there was a lot of shit going on here. Hey, have a great one. We'll do it again soon.